This episode of Dean Attempts to Learn is brought to you by Sheet Happens, where you can purchase guitar and bass tablature books that have been edited and improved by the musicians themselves. Get your official tab books in both digital and physical formats, and all physical books come with a digital download that includes guitar profiles. If you're a fan of learning awesome music, head over to their website at sheethappenspublishing.com. And for my viewers, enter code word DEAN at checkout for 15% off your purchase. That's code word DEAN at checkout for 15% off. Welcome back to another episode of Dean Attempts to Learn. That is my name. Well, not that entire title, but the name part of the title. What? Okay, let's try it again. Welcome back to Dean Attempts to Learn. So today I'm going to work on some rivers of Nihil. Nihil? Nihil? I think it's Nile. I don't know. But it's not Nile, because it's not like N-I-L-E. I don't know. Please let me know how to pronounce the band name that I'm working on, because I don't know. I'm friends with the dudes, I know them, I just don't know what the hell their band is called. So I've got a song called Hollow. I'm working off the official Sheet Happens tab. I'm just taking a look at one of the solos, or the solo. I think it's the solo of the song. There's plenty of high-up stuff. I think it starts with like a really cool leady kind of thing. If you're not familiar with this band, they're great. They're great live. They write some really cool music. And their last album that came out, a lot of people jumped on, and there's some interesting choices that they made that really set it aside from a lot of other death metal, which is always cool to see that kind of stuff. So okay, so play in 7-string, except for it's in D flat. Right. Okay, so they're in drop 6-string drop G. So it's drop G flat with a B on the bottom. Okay, well, I'm not going to mess with too much of the lower strings anyway, so it's not a huge deal. But I'm just going to put it down to regular. Oh, I'm looking at it backwards. Oh boy, I'm a fool. Okay, so they just have it in drop. Oh, they're step and a half down. Man, I'm blowing this. Okay, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah. So it's basically a drop A tuning, but they tune everything down a step and a half. I'm not even entirely sure how this is going to sound if I bring it back up to regular pitch, regular person pitch. I'm only going to listen to the lead track anyway. Oops, I skipped ahead. So if you have the Sheet Happens tab, or if you're following along at home, I'm going to be starting at bar. Got to scroll over. Bar 86. Here's what I'm going to try and learn. It sounds really great. If you are listening to it just through the microphone here, or if you have the tab at home, I feel like the ending sounds like it's going to be the hardest part, but I don't think it's actually going to end up being the hardest part. I think the middle section where you have sort of like a flowy kind of thing, that's going to be more difficult. And there's some other sort of sequence stuff, like the intro is going to be a little bit more difficult. The ending seems to follow a pretty standard kind of phrasing that maybe I've worked on before, maybe you have as well. But for me, it sounds like sort of in the middle is going to be the most difficult to kind of memorize. So let's see if we can work on it. So I am in standard tuning. And we're going to see if it's going to sound good at all. I know that the song sounds good. So the step one. Now in the tab, it does have a lot of tapping in it, but it's not traditional tapping. So the type of tapping that you're doing is like harmonic tapping. So you're going to be tapping an octave above the fret that you're playing with your left hand, but you're not tapping the note. You're not fretting a note with your right hand. You're actually going to be hitting the string and getting a harmonic. So much like we can take the 12th fret, we can get harmonics there. We're basically going to take this, and you think about it like this, we're cutting the string in half right there. And when we play this note here, we have an octave of that note vibrating here and an octave of that note vibrating here, because we're cutting the string directly in half. So the vibrating string, so we're cutting the string in half. First, you have to understand that strings are just vibrating frequencies, right? So we're taking this note that we hear and we give it a name. So we'll call this one E. But when we give it that name, that's just the primary note that we're hearing. We're also hearing a bunch of other stuff going on. And if you've ever heard the term the order of harmonic importance, it's basically how frequencies work is they aren't just pure tones, at least not ones created by nature. With a note on a guitar, it has a lot of different things going on, and it all has to do with ratios. So if we cut the string in half, we get this cool harmonic. And that's actually what harmonics are. Basically just secondary notes or tertiary notes. I love that word. Tertiary. I'm a big fan of Star Trek too. There's some use of the word tertiary. Tertiary adjunct. Oh, that's great. This is Voyager, Star Trek Voyager. So yeah, so there's additional notes that are less obvious to us. So we can get to them by muting the primary note, which is what you do here. So we muted the primary note and we get a bit of a harmonic. You notice when I put my finger here, it doesn't really mute the note. Well, that's different than how a string generally acts. So generally when you play a note, you play anywhere, it sort of mutes the note. But here, it doesn't really affect it because this part of the string is perfectly still. That's the middle point, and that's where these two halves sort of meet. And that's kind of how this whole harmonic thing kind of works. It's funny when people don't really know what harmonics are because we use them so much, and it took me a long time to sort of understand, like, oh, so it's like hearing additional notes that I already was hearing, but I didn't really realize it. And I started a list there with my finger, but I don't have any other items on that list. So anyway, so enough about that stupid. So we're going to be taking this... Oh, sorry. 19th fret. I'm on my my neck pickup right now. Now you'll notice when I'm playing this, I'm not holding down with my right hand. I'm only tapping and letting go. It's really important that you let go right away. The longer you keep your finger on there, because the shorter we make this distance here, the higher up we fret, the shorter the distance is for that middle point I was talking about. So that middle point gets smaller and smaller and smaller because the note shortens. You'll notice that all the frets at the bottom are really wide and then it gets very tight at the top. That area to get that note gets really small, and oftentimes the tip of our finger goes on either side of it, of that halfway point that I was mentioning earlier. Not to mention we can't really be expected to play it so perfectly. Obviously we're going to make mistakes. And as well, our guitar setup means a lot too. So the way that we've intonated our guitar, if you don't know what intonation is, it's basically where the notes are on the string and do they line up with the frets that the guitar was built with. So our scale length, it basically is set to a certain interval where the frets are, and they get smaller and smaller and smaller because frequencies as they go up. You have A440, and then you have A880. So A880, that's hard to say. That's double, that's the next octave up. That's double 440, that's concert pitch. If we go to the octave up after that, we get up to A1760, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, so you can see how the octaves double every time you hear it. So you're listening to this, and the octaves go up, but every time you hear it, it's double the frequency, so that space gets tighter and tighter and tighter. Anyway, so it's a difficult thing to play, but it sounds like on the album they're nailing it, and it's a really cool idea, and I love this concept. So I'm gonna shut up now. So we're doing triplets, which is again, it's a weird. This is immediately more difficult than I thought it was gonna be. It's a little bit noisy for you guys, but that's fine. And there's a tied note as well. Oh, I'm playing on the wrong string. Ignore everything that I just did. That is a difficult thing to do. You can hear the emphasis of the beat then switches. So we're going bump. Oh, maybe it doesn't. Are we switching time signatures here? We must be. Scrolling back, scrolling 3, 4. So yeah, making that switch to 3, 4. There's a lot of moving parts here. There's the rhythm, there's the bar length, there's the fact that you're basically taking groups of 4 and putting them into triplets. So that's tough. But so you're putting like sort of accents in different spots. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 is generally how you would play a group of 4. You put the emphasis on the 1, but here we're putting the emphasis on the 1 and then the 4. And then the 3, and then the 2. It sort of switches back and forth. You'll get it. I didn't go to music school. My ability to count between 1 and 4 is heavily diminished because I didn't go to music school. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, so it seems to go into sort of a sequence. So once you learn the first one, oops, it ends with that tap. I'm sort of getting it down a little bit better as I go. It's not an easy thing. Maybe my bridge pickup might make more sense. Okay, not too bad. Sorry, I've got a loud computer. You might be able to hear my buzz. Who cares? Let's try that again. I forget that it changes from 3/4 to 4/4. And it goes up a fifth. Cool. Back down to 7. And then it goes to a different one. I don't think that's right. Just gotta memorize it real quick. A regular little guy. Then we do the climb up, climb back down, and then we go to the 12. Oh, sorry. Oh, we repeat that guy. I like referring to notes as guys. Oh, that little guy. Okay. See if I got it. From there. Okay. I think that's it. Okay. What was there was one that was missing there. Not a technique I do too much, but it's so cool that maybe I should. Maybe I'll rip them off. I'm gonna rip them off. Okay, I got so distracted with seeing dollar signs by ripping them off. Just like cha-ching, trying to rip them off, trying to make all their... No, you don't make a lot of money here. One more time. Okay, I'm going to just give it one more try so I can totally say that I got it. Alright, up next to whatever the hell this is. I think it's whoops. Great. Whoops. Bending. Expressive bending is a difficult thing to get good at. Brody here is obviously quite good at it. I think it's Brody. I think Brody's playing this. He seems like the kind of guy that would play this. Oh, there's a bit of a little whoop-de-whoop there. Whoops. Sorry about that last one. It's like, wah, sounds like a cat. I'm playing a little bit longer of a scale length. Oh, no. No, Brody plays a 27-inch. So I'm playing the same scale length. So my excuse is no longer valid. Okay. Whoops. I'm just trying to memorize it, and then I can get the exact little doodads for the whatchamacallit. Teaching. I might go to the 12th fret on the G string because I got these tiny little dumb hands. They can't bend for shit. Sorry. There you go. Oh boy. Prepare your ears. Oh, what? I might do it like that. Oh boy. Thanks a lot, you assholes. Boo boo. Getting a nice minor second sound. Love it. It's like Blotted Science. Oh. That's a tough one to get. See, like the middle section is way harder than the shred, you know? It's weird how that works. then we go into some weirdo bullshit. I mean, weirdo good stuff. Let's listen to it real quick. Okay, so it's just like way harder than I thought it was going to be. There you go. Oh my god, sorry. So we go. Okay. That one's not too bad. Sort of pedal tone kind of thing works great with hybrid picking. If you're not familiar with hybrid picking, please buy my lesson package. Link in the description. Okay, so the last one starts with... Oh my god, why am I blowing that so hard? Oh. All my weaknesses are exposed in this video. I might even tap that. Oh, maybe not. Nope. Well, that sounded cool. Alright, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, from the beginning. Nope. Okay. I'm forgetting that one. The last one. Mm-hmm. 13. Oh my god. This will be a long video. Settle in, everybody. Settle in. Okay. Oh, am I going to the wrong foot? Oh. Okay. Oh my god. I feel like he has like bigger hands than I do or something. The stretches sort of seem weird. Right. Oh my god. Okay. 24, bend up, then back down. Go to 20, 17, I got it. 20, 24, 17, 20, 17. All right. Is that it? Oh. Whoops. Alright, so I changed it a little bit so I don't have to hurt myself. You're welcome, me. So I got... Okay, I forget which... Okay, so it's 19. Right. And it's all in triplets, which is tough. Try from a little further back. Whoops. Whoops. One more. Okay, this is the part that I thought was going to be the most difficult, so I'm not entirely sure if that's true, but it's not all about being difficult. This just so happens to be difficult, but, you know, that's not the end-all be-all. It has to also sound good, which it does. Okay, so this is all in triplets. It's going to be a little bit difficult. sure that Brody is doing some hybrid picking using these other fingers, so that makes this a lot easier. If you're learning with this with me along at home, please use that for your own safety. Okay, thing about this is I don't want to forget the intro, you know what I'm saying? Oh. Okay. Okay, one more time. Oops. Okay, I'm getting okay with it. I'm messing up quite a bit, but I'm just trying to memorize all the sections. And the further on you get, you don't want to go back and be like, I forgot the intro. You know what I'm saying. Okay. Okay, we're almost at the end. Okay, so up until there we go. Oops. Right, and then we do the wacky tapping thing. Wacky tap. All right, who's up for a wacky tap? Please let me know in the comments if you're up for a wacky tap. Sometimes, for some reason, I just get tripped up with the amount of strings on the frets. The amount of strings on the tab. That's what I was trying to say. That's right. I got, yeah. Cool. Oh, that turnaround is really cool. A bit of a little wacky tap. Right? I told you that was going to be the easiest part, I think, because it's not something I haven't practiced before. Like, I've definitely spent some time on that type of technique, and it's a lot of repetition. It's not a lot. It is a lot of repetition if you're like focusing note by note by note, trying to learn it. So in that case, yeah, it is. But when you're listening to it, it sounds insane. Not too bad. Back to the beginning, everybody. Come on, we can do this, we can do this, we can do this. We got everything memorized, I think. The intro, not too bad, okay? Intro, not too bad. I'm going to try the entire thing at 50% speed. Don't forget, 3/4. Last note from solo section. All right, cool. Okay. I felt okay with that, but not, like, great. Try again. Played it on a string. All right. I can't do that. I need 3 hands. All right. I got lost in the middle. I don't know if you could tell. Kind of how one would say blew the middle section. So it's... I feel like that's wrong when I hear it. Like I'm playing it wrong or something. Oh, I am. Yeah. Nothing like coming to relearn something after you learned it. Well, every time you relearn something, you learn it after you learn it, but forget that I said anything. Sorry for the mouth fart into the camera, or into the microphone, rather. That's difficult. Why'd you write that? Holy shit, that is difficult. Alright. Try it. I'm going to do my best to play along one more time. Force myself to get through it. I got it. Alright. I have to keep swiping over to get to the beginning of this tab. It's just the only annoying thing, because there's like a repeat to like another section, so every time it hits it, I have to go back. I'm sure there's an easier way to do that in Guitar Pro that I'm just not doing, but whatever. All right, 70%. I know I'm messing up some stuff a little bit too, but I'm just gonna push on. You know, what the hell's the point? Look at whoops. funniest thing is... That's really the toughest one. That's the toughest one in my opinion. It is a difficult, confusing riff. I can play it slower, but I just don't know exactly the final tempo of the song. So I'm going to try it one more time at 70% as soon as I can find where the hell I'm going. There's like a lot of lead stuff in this song. Good for you. Whoops. Okay, back at it. One more time, 70%. We can do it, right? Please tell me we can do it. I jumped the gun on the last note. Alright, everybody. We're bumping it up to 80%. I think I can do it. Whoops. This'll be fast. Not too bad, actually. Everybody notice I improved at the part that was difficult at a slower tempo. Now, why is that? I have no idea. But I was a little bit better at it. 90%. We're on the home stretch, everybody. You know what I mean? Whoops. It's way harder this tempo. What the hell? It's way, way, way harder at 80%. I'm like thinking about other stuff. I just gotta take a second break. I gotta let my brain sort of refresh. So how are you doing? You know, what's new? Let me know in the comments what's new. I was thinking about doing some live streaming videos. I was also thinking about doing some Ask Me Anything videos. So if you have some comments, let me know as well. Or rather, questions. Or comments. Whatever the hell you want. Yeah, just let me know what you're interested in, or if you have a question about a certain technique, or a band, or theory question, and I'll do my best to answer it. I'm no theory master or technique master, but I feel like I'm pretty confident with certain aspects of my playing, and learning these songs has been great to sort of expand my ability to, I don't know, tackle more frustrating kind of projects. This is a very frustrating type of thing. Get a song or a piece or a section or whatever down in an hour or thereabouts is not exactly easy all the time. So, all right, let me try this again. I had a message on my phone. I'm gonna check my phone on this. Oh, great. All right. Well, that's good news. Let me let that good news embolster my playing. Or maybe it won't. You be the judge. Not as clean as I want it to be, or whatever. Not as clean as I want it to be. I'm getting there, though. Honestly, the text message that I got distracted me. Then I was thinking about it, because there's certain parts of this where it's like very easy, and then I got to go into a mode of like concentration. So during the very easy parts, I go, well, whatever. And then during the mode of concentration part, or the parts where I have to actually concentrate, I'll go like, oh shit, I forgot to think about this one thing. So I might want to just quickly go over, oh, well, we're at 90% already? Fuck, that's awesome. I'm like missing a note. I'm just like reading it off the tab when I'm playing that part of it. I'm just sort of getting kind of lost. I'm trying again from the top of the solo, not the song. Thinking back to memories of this band when we were on tour together in Europe, spending many nights playing Dungeons and Dragons with some of the members, just acting like an overall moron all the time with these guys because they're great. Just good times. It's nice to be able to tour with people that are decently cool. Most of the people I tour with are total assholes. No, I'm just kidding. But it was a cool tour. Let's see. The tour was Revocation, ARCHSPIRE, Surreption, and Rivers of Nihil. every single one of those bands was awesome every night. And all the shows were awesome, and I can't say awesome enough about that tour. What a great experience. All right. I'm just going to go for it and do 100%. Honestly, I'm not totally getting it like perfectly clean or anything, but let's face it, the guy who wrote this is probably not getting it clean either. I'm just kidding. He does a great job, so I'm going to try and match that great job. I'll do my best. Wish me luck. Look at that. Well, I did my best to match the great job that they do, and I feel like I did okay. So hopefully you learned some stuff from today's episode of Dean Attempts to Learn. I know I did. I learned this thing that you just watched, potentially an hour of me struggling to learn. So great band, great song, all that stuff. You know, it's great. Everything's great. Go out and buy the album, download it. Don't do it illegally, but I don't think people do that illegally anymore anyway. So yeah, stream it or whatever, support the band. Yeah, thank you so much to Sheet Happens for sponsoring this video as well. I'm working off the official tabs, so these are the ones that were approved by the band themselves, so it's like all like official, legit kind of stuff. Take a look at their catalog. You've got a discount code. It's Dean. Yeah, it took a whole team of people to come up with that discount code name. So that's 15% off your purchase at checkout. Thanks so much. See you next time.